federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted material without the permission of the copyright holder.
The reason why ex-Jehovah's Witnesses like myself are making these videos is because we know that this religion is not healthy. So we want to try to help people see the truth about this religion and get out of there. And we also want to try to prevent more people to get in. Or at least if they do decide to get in, well, they'll know what to expect. And this religion is especially bad for you if you are a woman or a child. And in this specific video, we are going to discuss how this religion, how the leaders of the religion are seeing women. And for that, we are going to use a very telltale paragraph found in an Awake magazine of 1984, February 22nd, 1984. In this short paragraph, you will have a full spectrum of how the leaders, the leadership being male, is really seeing females. And just in case you're saying, well, this magazine is from 1984 and things have changed since then. The leadership of Jehovah's Witnesses is seeing women differently today. Well, we know that unfortunately it is not the case. Why do we know it? Because that secret book for elders, that manual for elders that only elders are supposed to be able to read, but that everybody can read, as a matter of fact, because it's been leaked online for a while now. When we read this book, we are able to see very clearly that the view of the leadership on women is the same today. It's the same today in 2018 as it was back in 1984 and before that. So, without further ado, let's go and read the paragraph and then analyze this paragraph and see what it tells us about how the leadership of Jehovah's Witnesses is truly seeing women.
The intended victim should remember that a rapist is a human. No doubt there are circumstances in his life that have precipitated his behavior. So although a woman should not cower in fear and permit a rapist to intimidate her, at the same time she should treat him understandingly as a fellow human. Now, to start with, to say that there is something really wrong with this statement here, it's an understatement of its own. As a matter of fact, reading such a thing in a so-called religious publication is indeed outrageous. Now, when they're saying the rapist is a human, what do they mean by the rapist being a human? Does he have 2 legs and 2 arms and can walk straight? In this regard, yes, he looks like a human. But is the person inside really a human? I don't think so. What we hear about rapists, it's another term, not human, but more like monsters. That's what we hear when we hear about a rapist. A rapist is really a monster. So it's interesting that the so-called channel of the only true God calls a rapist a human. This from a religion that does not hesitate a second to shun you the minute you leave this religion for any reason without having done anything bad. You are shunned by every single Jehovah's Witness you've ever known for leaving the religion, while a rapist is called a human. You, as a person who left the religion, is treated as if you were dead. And then they add on that there are circumstances in his life that have precipitated his behavior. So again, they give an excuse, not to the victim, don't be fooled now, no, to the rapist. If a man is raping a woman, well, he must have had some things happen to him, poor thing, that made him a rapist. So again, here it is very clear that they are trying very hard to excuse the abuser, to excuse the rapist, to excuse the monster. And to add insult to the injury, they are saying that a woman should not cower in fear in front of her rapist. Now, if you go in Wikipedia, for example, and look at the physiology of male and female, and look under the strength, the muscle mass and strength differences between a male and a female, you will see that a female is 50 to 60% weaker in the upper body and 60 to 70% weaker in the lower body. In other words, this means that a man is a little bit over twice as strong physically than a woman. I happen to have grown up with a little brother 3 years younger than me, and we used to play wrestling for fun. And I remember very well how my brother started to get stronger than me, much stronger than me, by the time he was 12, 13 years old, which means that I was 15 to 16 years old. By that time, my brother was already stronger than me. And keep in mind that he was not a rapist, right? He was not trying to hurt me, knock me down, or anything like that. But without hurting me while playing wrestling with his sister, he was able to lock both my arms and legs, and I couldn't move. That's how stronger a man is than a woman. Now think about it. For some men to allow someone to write these words, print them, and publish them, they have to be either very stupid and ignorant or simply evil. And I can't believe that, as ignorant as those men are, as in their bubbles as they are, I can't believe that they do not know how much stronger a man is versus a woman. So this means, as I was mentioning at the beginning of this video, that this cult is bad, but it is especially bad, especially dangerous for women. And then the cherry on the cake, the woman who's been raped, well, she should treat her rapist understandingly, as a fellow human. It's interesting that when a rapist is accused of having raped someone and all the proofs are there, we rarely see the rapist released to his fellow humans. No, they usually go in prison because that's where they belong. Because they're not acting like a fellow human at all. They are monsters, and monsters are put behind bars because that's where accused rapists belong anyway. One thing that is desperately missing in this paragraph is any regards, any compassion, any respect for the woman. That's why I keep on telling you, especially if you are a woman, that this religion is not good for women. Because it's a religion made by men, led by men, and for men. And this paragraph here on the week February 22nd, 1984 is screaming the fact that this religion is not good for women especially.